Hey guys, welcome back to the Witness walkthrough. This is the final laser, the 11th laser that we need to activate. Now, to get to this one, this is the Treehouse. Now, in order to get this, you need to get the boat, which you can get at the Quarry, and then take it over to this location here. This is the only way you can access this area. Now, you can create a shortcut path going back to land, but this, if you don't like the star puzzles, you're not going to like this area. This is full of them. In fact, this is where the tutorial for them are located. And the premise behind these is you have to have them in groups of 2. So you're going to see here, the first 2, real easy. Just draw an outline along the edge, and you have 2 of the stars within one segment. Now we have a whole bunch of puzzles here. We're going to do so many of these things. We have 2 stars, so we're going to quarantine off 2 of them. Same thing here. So make sure you just draw the line that the 2 stars are within one segment. Now you have 4 here total, so we'll just draw a line in the middle. So we have 2 on each side. And we have another set of 4 here. In this one, we're actually going to divide horizontally. So this one is a little bit more complicated, but it's the same premise. We're going to section off 2 on the bottom, and then you have 2 on the top. So we're going to have a whole lot of these star puzzles here. The rule really is 2 for each segment. Now there are some exceptions to it. In cases of 1, you can have 1 star and 1 of the same color block. So orange star and an orange block would also be sufficient. And we won't encounter that for a little bit, but we will encounter that here to do the treehouse. So section off the 2 on the bottom left, 2 on the right, and then the 2 on the top left. Kind of the same plan here. Just doing these as groups of 2. And that is it. We can open up the gate now. This is the next puzzle. Now once we get past here, there's going to be 2 paths. One going to the left, one going to the right. We need to do a bunch of things down each path. So what I like to always do is always go to the left first. For some reason, that's just my MO. So there's the right path, and here's the left path. We need to do more puzzles. Now, this is going to introduce the stars with the Pac-Man dots. So we need to get the black dots. There's one on the bottom right. It's hard to see. And the section off to pair up the 2 stars. So it's really the same thing for this entire section here. Now get all the dots. Make sure you keep the 2 stars within it, in its own segment. Kind of same thing here, except we have 2 and 2. Now this one's a little bit more tricky because you got the 4 black dots in the middle, so you got to. Obviously, you're in danger of your line running into a closed path. So take this route here, and you can get all the dots and section off the stars. Now we're going to go and travel a bit. We're going to actually introduce the triangle pattern here at the end of this left section. But first, we got a bunch more of these to do. Now we got the stars with the colored blocks, which you need to separate from each other. Remember, you can't have a black and a white, or 2 different colors even within the same section. So there you go. If you want to pause it, you can take a look at it, and it should just kind of come to you. You'd be like, aha, I get it. And as always, I do recommend you try these on your own the first time through. And then if you just absolutely have no idea, then of course you can consult this walkthrough, where I'm just kind of showing you an edited version of this. There was a lot of 10 minutes of me just trying to solve the puzzles that you're not seeing here. Okay, we got one more. Now this one, keep in mind, you don't have to have the stars, the ones next to each other don't have to be grouped together, as long as in each of the filled in sections, separated sections, there's 2 in each one. So now that we've crossed that bridge, we have a very, very long bridge we need to make here. So starting off, we're going to just section off the 2 stars and then come up the middle to divide the black and white. Pretty much the exact same thing here. Now you can have the stars with the other blocks as long as they're the same color. Or I'm sorry, they don't even have to be the same color. They just have to be within the same thing. But here you'll see there's only 1 star. So what we're going to do is take the 1 star and 1 black square and put those in its own, and that'll satisfy that rule. Same thing here, 1 white star, so we're going to pair it with the 1 white block. So we got 3 colors and 1 pink star, so we're going to pair that star up with the pink block. 3 colors and 2 stars. We still got several more of these things to go. There's so many of them. And I'm assuming that if you're watching this video, you're probably not one of my subscribers who don't have this game. So let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on this game. What do you think? Is it a good value for $40? That's basically what I want to know. In my opinion, yes, absolutely. Now, if you notice, this puzzle has actually 3 exit points. The path of the bridge will actually go the direction in which you exit. So we're going to exit forward, and we're going to actually come back to this later and turn the bridge to the right. But we'll do that later, towards the end, actually. So you got 3 stars here, so you know you're going to pair one of them up with a black square. Again, you can pair up a black star with a white block or any color, as long as you have 2 of each, two white stars or 2 black stars in the same pattern. Alright, so that's the end. Here is a triangle puzzle. Now the triangle, what this means, you see there's 1 triangle in there. That is the number of lines you need to draw along its border. So you can only cross the border on 1 side. So exiting out this way, we only hit the 1 edge on that square in the center. Then of course here real quick, we're going to go back, but we just want to show you the laser. It's right here. And that was a buttload of puzzles. So now we're going to head back to the beginning where we entered, and we're going to go down the right path, which will be the path straight in front of me at this point. See, that's where we started from, and that was the left path, so we'll head this way. And now we're going to do some star puzzles and add in the Tetris blocks. The Tetris blocks, if you don't really know or familiar with the ruling on those, on how to solve the puzzles, I highly recommend you watch part 6, and that's where we went to the Marsh, where I really kind of went in depth and explained how the rules work for the Tetris blocks. But we're doing the exact same thing with the stars as we have been doing all along, just making sure we're including the shapes for the Tetris blocks. So there's that pattern, and now that's kind of a weird Tetris shaped block. That's definitely not a shape in a Tetris game. This one also has the exit points. For this one, we only need to go out the top one. We don't need to come back and change this later. So here we have the 2 stars on the bottom. There is a 3rd star which you have paired up with 1 pink Tetris block there. Now this one you have the Tetris block and then the removal on the blue dots. There's 3 blue dots on that, so that's going to remove a total of 3 orange dots from the Tetris shapes. Again, consult part 6 if you really want a more detailed explanation on how those all work. Alright, so now we have another triangle puzzle. Now you see this one has 2 triangles in the center square. So we need to draw a line across 2 sides of this square here. So now we're going to head back, and this is going to be our final long bridge. It is lengthy as well. In this section here we have the star shapes, of course, but we have multiple colors of each. Now they can be within the same sectioned off area, within the same section, so you don't have to have them separated. Here's another one that we're going to return to later and turn the bridge. But again, we're just going to kind of carry on for now. Again, make sure on here 2 and 2. I really, if I kept in the edited parts, the stuff I cut from the video, this probably would have been a good hour and something long video. There were a couple of them I actually consulted some external help on. Now again, this is the 11th and final laser that we need to activate. Once we've done these, we're actually going to head towards the mountain and actually complete the game. And then we're going to get the challenge trophy. Hopefully, that's going to be quite difficult. Here's another one of those multi-path exits here. We're going to go out the right side. We will come back and change that momentarily. But first, let's go head this way. We need to fully extend the bridge. And then we can create a shortcut path towards the back of the keep area. So there we go. So here you can activate this panel. This is going to throw out a bridge towards the back of the keep. This puzzle is already is fine, so all you need to do is just draw on the outside. Alright, so we're going to now turn back. And now what I'm going to do is actually go to the opposite side, back down the first path, and I'm going to turn the bridge there and then come back to this path. Probably could have just turned the bridge here and then come back over here, but you know, as I mentioned earlier, I like to do things from left to right for some weird reason. It's a weird quirk of mine. Alright, so we're going to turn this bridge, and it's going to be this piece right here. So we had it going out the top previously. Now we need to make the exit point while still satisfying the rules and have it exit the right side. So it's going to fold up, reform off to the right. Now we're going to head back to the right path. And we need to actually turn 2 of them once we're over there. It's kind of a more complicated puzzle area than some of the other areas in this game. Alright, so start in the corner here. We need to go out the left side. So previously when we went out the right side, we're pretty much just reversing the pattern here. Now we need to come back and turn it. Where's the square? Which one is it? There it is. So we need to have this one go out the left side. Now this bridge is going to meet up with the other bridge from the opposite side. If you made it this far, you're pretty much done. The rest of this is pretty easy. We just have to activate this one switch here. Now when we activate this switch, it's on a timer, so you're gonna have to quickly run into the door. It just opened over here. And hit this switch here, and that will get you the Treehouses gold trophy, and it'll also activate the Treehouse laser. And that will be my final laser. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned because we will tackle the mountain next.